What's going on, family? Welcome back to the channel, David Yeti. I am back with today's video, and this is a follow-up from the video that I made a couple of days ago about Willie D interview with Nelly, right? And obviously, there's been some controversy going around in terms of the rappers like Snoop Dogg, Rick Ross, Nelly, Soulja Boy, and there was other entertainers there as well. But obviously, like always, apparently, people have a problem with the rappers because they feel like they sold out, right? And the latest person that has some strange words to say. I think that'd be a good word, a good way to put it. Strange words was Pastor Jamal Bryant. Now I don't know much about him. I'll admit. I've done a little research since I've seen some things going around, but I don't know much about him. But I'm gonna tell you something. I am a one of those people that believe in church can be held anywhere, right? So I don't go to church every Sunday. As a matter of fact, I haven't been in quite some time. I do believe that I have a pretty good and growing relationship with God. So I am a God fearing man, right? So I want to be careful about how I say this, but there's been a lot of things coming out about pastors for years, and I had some bad experiences in some of the churches back in my hometown. And just to be clear, I want to be candid with you. I do not go to church every Sunday. However, when I see things like this, it just kind of confirms why I don't do it. Now, this is not all churches. This is not all denominations. This is not all belief system. This is not all religions. Please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. But this guy in particular, I want to play you a small clip about what he said recently about Nelly and Rick Ross and Snoop Dogg performing at the Trump inauguration. I'm going to pause it, give my thoughts, but let me just play the video first and then we'll dive into it, okay?
Tomorrow, don't you watch that inauguration. You better watch the rerun of anything. Go watch Sanford and Son. Go watch Martin. Go watch this service all over again. Delete Snoop Dogg out of your discography. No Band-Aids under your eye. Delete Nelly. Delete Rick Ross. All right, I'm gone.
So Jamal Bryant.
Now, shout out to the gentleman right here who has put the clip on his channel. So obviously I'm going to put the link to the original video down in the description. But let me bring this up for a second. Okay, let me talk to you. As someone who is from the inner city, I find these type of things highly offensive, and I'm gonna tell you why, right? I was never the toughest guy in the neighborhood. I was never involved in gangs. Like I have never been locked up for an extended period of time. I never went to prison. I don't have a rap sheet and all that type of stuff. So when you grow up in the inner city and in a black community, we have this warped perception on, you hear it all the time, real versus fake. He's not a real ninja. He's a fake ninja, right? You understand what I'm saying? And guys like me that growing up, I was considered lame, right? Because I didn't do what everybody else was doing. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't hang out. Now, obviously, being from the inner city, have been involved in things before, and people who know me from my hometown would tell you I've never been a punk. I just wasn't the gangster type. Why is this important? Because the black community in many ways have a way of making you feel alienated and not accepted by your own people if you don't do what they want you to do. Real talk. And this is only a microcosm of a bigger problem that a lot of black people experience. And I don't know about other races. I do have, friends from a lot of different races and nationalities and stuff. So I don't know per se, but I'm just talking about my perspective here, right? So obviously, forgive me if I'm leaving anyone else out, but I'm just talking about my black experience. Man, even the way I dress. You see me, and if outside of these YouTube videos and stuff, I might have on a shirt and tie, I might have on a suit. I might have on some nice little Dockers or slacks or some a blazer, some little boat shoes, some dress shoes and some. And I tell you, man, when I tell you that people look at me as a sellout, now I'm going to tie it all back in. I'm going to tie it in, right? When I was a part of the Democratic plantation, like as we like to call it, when I voted Democrat, when I sagged my pants, when I was getting in trouble, when I was out there talking to multiple girls and stuff and all that, right? Had multiple women. I was accepted for doing the wrong things in my community. I'm gonna say that again. When I was doing the wrong things, I was more accepted. And when I started doing the right things, people would tell me, "Oh, you trying to act like you white? Oh, you think? Oh, you'll sell out? You did all this and that." So you mean to tell me? And I'm gonna take it off of the entertainers for a second, but I'm gonna just make an example with what I'm saying. So you mean to tell me Snoop Dogg, who has been in the industry for over 3 decades, Rick Ross, who has been in the industry for over 2 decades. Nelly, same thing. These guys have been in the entertainment industry, right? Now, what's the difference between, let's say, uh, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. If Katy Perry performed at the inauguration, it wouldn't be a problem. If Phil Collins performed, it wouldn't be a problem, right? It's only when the people that don't supposed to do it cause up a whole bunch of negative feedback. Now, I'm not here to defend them. I don't know what's in their heart. It's really not none of my business. But the point that I'm making is this is a larger issue within our community, and I don't know how to fix it. I don't think it's never really going to be fixed for real, right? Because now it's crazy because the same people that called me lame, the same people that said that I was trying to, act white and I was trying to do all this and that, right? Those same people are now asking me how to do what I'm doing. Is it ain't that's crazy, right? That's crazy. So the fact that I am married and I have one chick that I am being loyal to, I don't have babies outside of wedlock, outside of my wife and stuff and all that. I'm considered a lame and I'm a sellout because I'm about the bag. But when I had multiple women, when I wasn't married, when I wasn't doing those things that I guess you're not supposed to do technically, I wasn't accepted. Listen, man, I don't know this Jamal Bryant guy, but first off, being a pastor is a very, very high ranking position in people's life. You affect them on a day-to-day basis. Fuck the tithes. Like, forget the tithes and offering. I'm talking about emotionally, spiritually, and psychologically. You have a great impact on people's lives, especially if you have a huge congregation of people that follow you all over the world. But you see them and they have TV shows, right? And it's crazy because I seen a TV show that showed pastors that had private jets, $1 million mansions, vacation homes, Rolls Royces, Ferraris, all that type stuff, right? And the very people that's in the congregation giving tithes can't even pay their day-to-day bills, but yet these people are living it up, and you expect me to? Nah, man. I listen. I never rock out with that. I don't care what they say. I think there's a separation that's going on, and I'm here for it. Right? There is, I think, the black culture as a whole. It's not everybody, but as a whole, a lot of the things that we stand for is bullshit. I grew up in the hood. Listen, I seen when I was 8 years old, I seen a guy have a little small drug deal in front of us, right? The dude pulled off with the money. He shot, opened up, like unloaded the clip in front of me and all of my friends, right in front of the goddamn neighborhood. I seen it. Police came, police showed up. They asked him what happened. Let me ask you a question. Do you think anybody told the police what happened? Take your time. I'll wait. What do you think happened? Do you think they told him what happened? No, because why? Because it's considered snitching if you do so. Even if it's involving kids, even if kids are in danger, even if it's involving women, I'm telling you, man, the way that our psychology is set up, it is set up to fail. It's set up for short-term thinking, no long-term thinking. Nobody wants to wait a year or two, have delayed gratification. It's always instant gratification. And if you don't agree with me, you ain't black for real. You'll sell out. Why you going over there with them? Why you performing at Trump? Man, Trump ain't he ain't for us. Okay, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. What did Obama do for you when he was in office? If you're black and you're watching this, right? And you voted for him like I did. I did. I voted for him, right? What did he do for us when he was in office? Can you name me one thing that he did that benefited your life? Can you name me one thing that Biden did that benefited your life? Look, I'll wait. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. Right? I only bring these things up because I want us to start understanding is, listen, man, like no matter what they say about you, just because they tell you that you're not great, that don't mean that you cannot be great. It doesn't mean that you're not a king. It doesn't mean that you cannot build your own kingdom. You don't have to be accepted by these motherfuckers to win. And if they're not going in the direction you're going in, blood or not, they're not your family. I don't care what they tell you. So yeah, keep saying that they're sellouts. That's fine. It's not going to change anything. It's not. And that's why I advocate for self sufficiency, self reliance as fast as humanly possible. I'd rather you have a paid off home with no mortgage that's a 3 bedroom rather than having a 6 bedroom with a mortgage on it. Why? Because the mortgage, you're still tied to whatever, income you have coming in to pay that fucking mortgage. I'd rather you have that home paid off. I'd rather you have a 2016 car that's paid off over 2025 that you got to pay a car payment on. I want us to be free so then we're not subjected to what they want to put us through. Raise your standards to where you want it at. Don't let these folks talk you out of being who you truly are for real. If you like anime, fuck it. Like anime. If you have a preference in who you date who you want to date, big dog. Don't worry about what they saying. If you want to go and get a degree, if you want to go back to school, if you want to have 2 jobs, if you want to save money, if you want to move to a certain city, do what you want to do. Don't let them trick you out of your position, man. Because I'm telling you, half of the shit you see on Instagram, these folks ain't getting no money for real. I know a lot of them. They're not getting no money. I don't care what they tell you. I don't care what they make it look like. Man, these people struggling out here. They struggling. Rappers, entertainers included. I'm telling you for a fact. I know some of them, they're struggling. Okay? Nah, man. I'm not going for that. I'm curious to hear what are your thoughts. Okay. Like I said, this is a follow-up to the Willie D video. And please feel free to comment down below. I don't care if you disagree with me or not. I love to have thought-provoking conversations as long as we both keep it respectful both ways. I'm just here to educate as much as possible, and I'm open to the possibility of being wrong. Educate me if I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe Pastor Jamal Bryant and all these guys, maybe they know exactly what they're talking about. I just don't agree with what they're saying, and I don't believe in them like that. I don't. I love you. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a like on the way out if you didn't leave it on the way in, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.